Aimee Nolte Music. I'm Aimee Nolte. I'm going to teach you how to comp on the blues today. That was Blues by 5. That's one of my favorite blueses. Seriously, if you're going to practice comping to the blues, don't do it to a Jamie Aebersold track. Says I. Find your favorite blues and play along. Yeah, like why not? And did you see how I already knew Miles Davis's solo? I learned that solo a long time ago. I mean, if you already know what somebody is gonna play, you can comp the crap out of that solo. Like, I mean, you know, that's never gonna happen to you, but it's really good practice. When it's time for you as a pianist to play with people, you're not always just playing here by yourself in your house, in your practice room. Sometimes you gotta play with people. And when you play with people, if this is one of your people, if you have a bass player, you will not play a bass line with your left hand, like ever. You're gonna play other notes. Now, do you remember how we've talked about comping? We've talked about thirds and sevens and how important they are. But sometimes we were playing those with our right hand, remember? Left hand's doing this, and we're just going. Right? Now that's cool. If you're the solo accompanist or player, you got to take over that bass line a lot of times. But if you're not, if this guy's with you, then you fill a different role. So now those thirds and sevens that we used to play with our right hand in the previous beginning kinds of videos, those get switched. You play them with your left hand. Now, I'm going to teach you just some of my favorite blues chords and a really nice way that they fit together. So we're talking about B flat today, B flat blues. And all you're going to do with your left hand is play thirds and sevens. All right, so we start 2, 3, 4. We've got a B flat chord, B flat 7 chord. So with our left hand, we're going to play A flat and D. All right, that's the 7 and the 3rd in the blues. Now, when we're talking about blues, we're talking about dominant chords. So, right, B flat, dominant 7. We've got flat 7 and the natural 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to switch to E flat 7. Now, all you have to do, it's really cool, is drop these a half step. Okay? And then it comes back for 2 bars. 1, 2, 3. Then you drop them again, because it's another E flat 7. 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. B flat 7. Now, in this blues that Miles Davis is playing, and most jazz blues, at this point we walk down to the 6th dominant chord, which is a G7. So you're going to go to an F and a B. Now we go to a C minor. So we're going to go to an E flat and a B flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to drop this B flat to an A for the F7 chord. Right? And now we've worked our way all the way down to this flatted 7 and this 3rd for B flat. Okay, and then there's a little turnaround at the end. So we're gonna do the same thing we just did, 6, 2, 5. So there's our B flat chord. Then we're gonna go 6, 2, 5, and then we're gonna hop right back up and start again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6. 12 bars on a blues, right? 8, 2, 3, 4, 9, 2, 3, 4, 10, 2, 3, 4, 11. And then we're back up. Got it? All right. Now for the next little bit, when I add my right hand, I'm going to close up the camera so you can see a little better. You won't lose track of notes. But all you do you know how I taught you those voicings where we did, like, if we were going to play a B flat 7 chord, we would play the 7, the 9, the 3, and the 13. We're still going to do that because those are like the hippest notes. So we're just going to take that 9 and 13, the C and the G, and we're going to put them on top. So we've got the 3rd and the 7 down here, and we've got the 9 and the 13 up here. All it does is just spread it out a little bit. Hold on a second, take a look. All right, so here we are. We've got our B flat, our D, our G, and our C. Those are our first notes for the B flat 7 chord. See if we can sing all of them. Can you hear them? Ooh, A flat, D, Beautiful notes. All right, so that's gonna take us through our first bar, B flat 7. Oh, in fingering, well, check me out. Rock on. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just give the old rock on sign with my right hand because deep down, you know, I'm a Megadeth fan. Love me some metal. Okay, so you can do 1 and 3 with your left hand. You can do 2 and 5 with your right hand. There we go. I think Miles Davis might approve. Okay, we've got the 7, the 3, the 13, and the 9 in B flat. Now when we switch to the E flat chord, all we have to do, I told you already, we're just going to drop this a half step. This one's going to stay the same because the 9 in B flat is also the 13 in E flat. This one, however, we're going to switch because we already got the 3rd of E flat, right? We don't want to double it. So we're going to switch it, and this is the 9. We're always going to have the 3rd, the 7, the 9, the 13. Okay, and that's our E flat 7 chord, just like that. Oh, look at us. Both. All right, so 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4. It gets us that far. It gets us 7 bars to the blues, just going back and forth between these two. All right, the next chord that we're going to do is a G7 chord. And I'm going to show you a way to alter it. So we're definitely going to do the 7 and the 3rd of G. And we're going to play the sharp 5 and the flat 9. Now, you can do different alterations. All through the blues, you can choose to do some altered tones. But I'm only going to do it on this 6 chord for this video. Actually, I think I'll add one toward the end too, on the very last dominant chord. So, what are the alterations? That's a good question. If we weren't altering anything, we would have the 3rd and the 7 and the 13 and the 9. All right? But we're gonna just make it a little more colorful because we can do that. We have a license to do it. So one thing we can do is we can work with this 13. You can flat it. Now, we could call this a flat 13. I almost always like to refer to it as the 5th. So here's the 5th. We raise it, or sometimes we can lower it. All right, so you can have it like that. You can have it like that. All of those things add color to your dominant chord. Now there's another way as well. You've got your 9. You can either sharp it or you can flat it. Just like I said, it adds color. But what we're going to do today is instead of playing these notes that are kind of vanilla, we're gonna make it more interesting. We're playing along on the blues, right? Da, 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 da. Here it comes, bar 8, 2, 3, 4. Now we've got a C minor chord to play. So we're gonna find our closest 3rd and 7, and there they are. 3rd of C minor, 7 of C minor. See it? 9 of C minor, 5 of C minor. On minor chords, we play the 5. Okay, so there we go. We've got that C minor. Now, the cool thing is to get to an F7 chord, all you have to do is this. Okay. So there was C minor. Now, another option is to take your 9 and your 13, right, because there's a 13 on an F7 chord and there's the 9 on an F7 chord, and to flat them. So we've got a sharp 5, a flat 9, again, same thing. So instead of this, you could do this. You could go from the C minor, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and that sounds really good, okay? But for right now, let's not. Let's just keep them because it's simple. The only thing you have to change is this. Right, now we've got a B flat 7 chord. There it is. Okay, 3rd and 7, 9 and 13, and then we're gonna hop right back up to the dominant 6 chord that we just did, this G7 and C minor. And this is the good place that we definitely want to flat those notes. And then we can end here. Now, usually I'm gonna tell you not to play a 5 on a dominant chord, but hear how nice that sounds? Can you hear these notes? Da, 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 da. just has such nice voice leading to just go down the half step like that, that we'll go ahead and do it. Sometimes your voice leading can allow you to do things that otherwise I might not teach you. Listen how it would sound if we didn't land on the 5. If I followed my rule and on a dominant chord always played a 3rd and a 7 and a 9 and a 13, it just wouldn't sound quite as good. It just kind of sounds incomplete somehow, and you could do it, but it sounds so much nicer and you have so much more musicianship if you make your voice leading musical, okay? Now at this point, the blues is over. This is the first chord of our next chorus. That's where we're at. So just hop right back up here and do it again, okay? There we go. That's our blues. Now we haven't talked about any rhythms yet, have we? It's okay. For now, I think whole notes are a good idea. So let's sing a blues with that. Let's just pick a different blues and sing it. Let's pick Billy's Bounce, and I'm just going to sing my blues head and play whole notes. If you don't know Billy's Bounce, you can pick this one, Blues by 5, that we just did. Actually, maybe we should pick that. Let's do both. Oh, you could pick any blues head you want. It doesn't matter, okay? But I do think it's important to be able to sing a melody while you play whole notes. Da 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 do da 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 do da. Half notes here. Da 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 da. All right, and you hop up like that. Let's do Billy's Bounce. This one we have to change a little bit because there's an A natural in the melody. So remember how I said we were going to flat that A, flat the 9? If there's an A in your melody, you would never want to do that. So Billy's Bounce has an A in the melody. So at first we're going to do this. Da, 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 ba, da, da, da. We can do both. We just have to wait until there's not an A in the melody anymore. So at that point, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. We do it half notes. Good. Another thing that you can do is sing bass notes and play whole notes. I think these are all really important steps for your comping because you have to understand the way that these crazy notes fit in the harmony. A lot of people will just play these notes and they don't really hear in their ear the way that they fit. And you need, if you don't have a bass player standing right here with you, you need these notes. So sing them. All right, so we're going to sing a B flat, then we're going to sing an E flat, B flat. Okay, we're going to sing all the roots. 3, 4. Do, 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 do. And if you can't sing down, la, da, da, G. Here we go. G, C. B flat, G, C, F, B flat. There we go. Now let's talk about some comping rhythms. This is a good time to just put Miles Davis back on. All right, we're gonna do one that repeats. Okay, 2/8 notes. That's a good one. Let's do that one. Now let's just play in the holes. Now sometimes you wait. Now he's done. Let's wait. Keep track of wherever you are, right? Now sometimes you can wait. You know, you don't have to comp all the time. But I'll tell you the place where they need you. Right about there. When there's a great big harmonic shift, here too, they're gonna need you, all right? So if you wanna lay out sometimes, that's okay. But when there's big shifts, you ought to come back in. I mean, they don't absolutely need you, but it's helpful. You have to keep track of what bar you're on. E flat, right? B flat, now G, C, F. Turn these guys off for a second. I want to remind you about swinging. Every time I play eighth notes, 1, 2. Now, the first one is strong, the second one is hardly anything, and the second one, I wait as long as I possibly can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so if I'm playing 1, 2, 3, 4, same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. You're gonna wait right until 4 to play that offbeat or that upbeat. 2, 3, 4, like 4, 4, got it? You don't really need to pull your hands away, I just kind of do it to make a point. So those are some good rhythms, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. All right, now, I know everybody always wants me to write things out. Everybody writes to me, they say, Aimee, can you please write this out? I don't write things out for a reason. It's because I want you to use your ear. I want you to learn things by ear. So, I also want you to write things out. So, please, if you get this far and you're listening to these rhythms and you think, I wish I could see these, I need you to do it, all right? So that time we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you hear what beat that's coming on? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's between 2 and 3, isn't it? All right, so you have to write your rests. If you're writing it out, you have to write it just the right way. Now, if you need help with that, tell me. Maybe I should make a video about writing rhythm. In the future, I will. This is something we all have to know, okay? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm almost on 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, so 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are all good rhythms. Now, find your favorite solo and listen to it and play in the holes also. That's one of the best things you can do for rhythms, is that you just wait until your soloist is finished with a phrase and then you just pop in a couple. Like that. All right, you crazy kids, get out there, practice the blues. I'll teach you some more chords another time, but for now these are gonna get you through a lot. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching Aimee Nolte Music.